Namaskar. Weeding out illegals from Delhi. Is this another jumla or an attempt to try and show that the government is serious about evicting illegals, or is it a real effort on part of the union government to make sure that illegals not only don't vote but they are also deported? Who is this directed at? Is it directed at what is happening in Bangladesh, or is this just to make sure that some of the lumpen elements, parties, I can say, are who actually find out that there are people that can be settled anywhere you want, and then they go and give them voter card, ration card, and everything else, then make them suddenly a citizen. They are not citizens, as a matter of fact. They have a voter card, they may have a ration card, but they are not citizens. So strictly speaking, if the citizenship rule is implemented and tested, these people will not be able to vote. Unfortunately, the system is now so bad that Aadhaar card, voter card, ration card, all these things are given to them fairly easily. Who are the culprits, you ask? Well, we will just take a look at that, a small slide deck, and please like this video if you have not already liked this. Here we go. Crackdown on illegals. This is happening not only in Delhi but also in Jammu area of Jammu and Kashmir. And there are some differences and there are some similarities. And I'm going to go through all these things so that you have a full idea, comprehension of what is really going on. Is this going to continue in other states, other areas, other cities? Most likely, yes. I expect that for the municipal corporation elections in Maharashtra, whether it is Punyanagari or Nagpur or in Mumbai, I expect this to happen. Well, let's wait and see. If that happens, then that means that the government is serious about enforcing this. But if it does not happen, perhaps that means that this is being taught like a lesson to Bangladesh. Don't mess with the Hindus in India. I'm just making this up. You guys can agree or disagree with me by way of comments, but I'm just seeing this as one thing. So what happened? So, Delhi police launched a drive to identify illegal Bangladeshi immigrants in the city following an order from the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi Secretariat, or she said Delhi LG Secretariat. The drive took place in areas like Kalindkunj, Shaheen Bagh, and Jamia Nagar. I have all the references. You are welcome to read the exact details. And police were conducting door-to-door verification of Aadhaar cards and voter IDs. Again, if you click on some of those links, you will see videos and people being questioned and queried. Some individuals were identified as suspects and may face detention after the completion of the legal process. How far it's going to go, we'll have to wait and see. The LG Secretariat directed the Delhi Chief Secretary and Police Commissioner to conduct a 2-month special drive to take strict action against illegal immigrants. Cases may be registered against those found staying illegally or involved in illegal activities. Now, here is the twist here. A delegation of Muslim leaders from Hazrat Nizamuddin met LG Saxena, raising concerns over the treatment of minority communities in Bangladesh and urging action against illegal immigrants in Delhi. Why are they doing this? I'll tell you the reason. This is something that I have been warning about. There are not that many jobs going around. If new people come in, guess what happens? The local people who are doing their job lose their job because the new people are willing to work for less. Here we go. So the delegation called for the cancellation of fraudulent government documents, Aadhaar card, voter ID, and so on, and for immigrants to be barred from renting houses or securing employment. The crackdown on illegal immigrants coincides with the Delhi Assembly elections, with the BJP accusing Aam Aadmi Party of facilitating the inclusion of illegal immigrants in the voters list. By the way, all this funding, you know where it's coming from. I've told you yesterday there was a very detailed video where I talked to you about how much money is there with a certain organization that sounds like aid, but it's not. And also where all these people have got their networks and tentacles spread out. As a matter of fact, Hindus for Human Rights, just anything but Hindu, anything but pro-Hindu, this is another Soros-funded entity, just got $1.5 million funding. Where the heck did they get the money from? Well, it's all taxpayer money. I told you, $70 billion. That's the corpus. That's more than the combined budget of all three or all the investigative agencies that operate in and outside of the United States of the American government. 70. The total budget of all the investigating agencies in the United States government is just $50 billion, 50. Something is rotten in the state of United States. Well, this also spurred political dialogue, especially with the opposition parties accusing the ruling up of facilitating the inclusion of illegal immigrants in official voters list. Well, you know what? Everybody does it, except BJP thus far. The Congress does it, the National Conference, the PDP, because how else do you explain what was happening in Jammu? So in Jammu, it has been mostly directed at Rohingyas because these are the recent settlers there. They said that Rohingya and Bangladeshi infiltrators have been, rounded up. There was a crackdown of over 400 households. They were identified. They were evicted from their houses, and they were marking 14 plots for clearance and instructing landowners to evict the occupants. And there were 409 water and electricity connections that were disconnected, and the verification drives are being conducted to identify the infiltrators. First information reports were registered against 18 landlords for renting rooms without proper verification of tenants. Want to guess who the landlords are? You will find some connect with some head politician or the other. Over 13,000 Rohingyas, Bangladeshis are estimated to be residing in Jammu, which has long been a contentious issue. Some Rohingyas, Bangladeshis, have reportedly moved to sensitive districts such as Rajouri and Kathua, with over 200 detained in Kathua's holding center. Concerns have been raised about Rohingyas, Bangladeshis being hired for sanitary work or sanitation work in place of local laborers, often at higher wages, sparking local employment disputes. So this gets very, very intriguing. I told you, right? Not every area in India has a plethora of jobs. The South has an embarrassment of riches here, in my opinion, because many locals don't even work anymore. The men just drink at 𝗏𝗏, for example, in Tamil Nadu, and then they just lie about. Some do work, but the lower strata, you know how people go up the food chain, the value chain, the lowest jobs are not being taken up by the locals, and that has been more or less the preserve of the laborers who come in from other states, especially the northern state. But now we are seeing more and more people coming from Bangladesh as well as from the Rohingya subpopulation. So this is something that has become a huge problem. Now people may say, well, the kind of job that they take up, especially in the South, are not jobs that the locals are willing to take up. So how does one fix this? Well, it's not that difficult, as a matter of fact. These people are being hired by contractors who are looking to make a buck. So what they do is they try to drive down the wages, and for them, the people who will work at the lowest wages are those who are illegal, who don't have proper papers, and they will work for anything. So this is where the problem comes. Make sure the contractors that are supplying workforce are properly vetting the process. If not, blacklist them, go after them. And also there are many changes that can be done. They have to be done. There is no other way. In places of services, like for example, restaurants, don't serve people with servers. Servers are going to be scarce. Use self-serving capacity. Have take orders and then put them like a counter, and they come and they eat it, and then they throw away something, return the plate, and the plates can be recycled. I did this in detail in another hangout, so you probably can watch that to understand. What I'm trying to say is learn to work smart. Fewer people, but you also have better peace of mind. You don't have to worry about where they are going to stay. And some of these laborers can be very seasonal. Sometimes they'll show up, sometimes they may not show up. So why do you want to take a chance? Try to work with a good, loyal, efficient workforce. That will help you in the bottom line as well as on your top line. So that's all I have so far. There are no questions on this one. I'll be back at 10 o'clock on another breaking story about how another group of people have been inspired by George Soros to wreak havoc on India. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.